Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, talking to you again about the unconditional mindset. And we've been looking at practicing the unconditional mindset and some of the power of practicing it, some of the pitfalls that we're looking to avoid within the conditional reality. And an important thing to realize about the unconditional mindset is a frequency of experience, or a frequency of a state of being. So when we're practicing the unconditional mindset, what we are doing is realigning our state of being to be from a frequency of lack, of not having, of having to being broken, to a frequency of being whole, of having everything that you desire, of being who you desire to be in life. And it's very important for us to understand that the unconditional mindset is the baseline of the new reality. So what this means is that it is not imperative to always be within the unconditional mindset. So what I mean is that the unconditional mindset, so should I wish for love, the state of feeling love within myself is the benchmark of what I aspire to be in every moment. Yet it doesn't matter if I achieve it or not in every moment, because it's an impossible task to always be in a state of love. Do you get it? So what we're trying to do is realize that this is just where I've put my benchmark. This is where I've put the milestone of where I'm heading to, or what I deem as being success within my actions, within my states. And now, every time that I find myself outside of that state of love, bliss, joy, wealth, whatever it may be, I'm just recalibrating myself back to that state. Do you get it? So you might wake up and have slept like crap, and you feel like crap in the morning. What we're doing is not being angry at ourselves for not being in the state that we want. We're not, putting ourselves down or anything like that, or feeling stress or fear because we are not in the state that we want to be in. It's just a recalibration that naturally over time realigns itself. Do you get it? So it's very important to understand this, because should I say that I am wealthy, I'm not always going to feel wealthy within myself. But every time that I become aware that I am not in the desired state that I wish to exist within, I recalibrate back to it. And the reason for this is because it's not a short-term game. It's not there's no end destination. While I'm alive, this is the state I wish to exist in. So the more I become aware of the different states within myself, of how I feel within every moment, it makes it easier for me to recognize if this is the state that aligns with my desired goal, or if it's not a state that aligns with my desired goal. Maybe I'm feeling happy, bliss, joy, love, and then I'm on Facebook and I see something that upsets me. I see something that's tragic. I see something that, where people have acted negatively towards others. I'm not getting wrapped up in that, but when I realize that it's affecting my state of being, or my emotional state, or even my psychological state, I am just recalibrating away from it and letting go to the states that I don't want to exist within. So realize that that it's not about being perfect, that frequency alignment and sort of manifestation is not a thing where I have to, like, sort of like a dictator, control that I am always in this state, and should I exit this state, I am now in a place that I don't want to be. Just realize, if I realize that I'm in the wrong neighborhood, like, I just exit stage left, like it's no big drama. So we start to understand this concept of like the long game, the lifelong game, that for the rest of my life, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 years, I'm deeming that I want to exist within a state of love, bliss, joy, happiness, wealth. And it's not that every second of every day I should exist within that state, but every second of every day I should be aspiring to exist within that state. My focus should be on it. And then when I noticed like macro, so micro, macro, I'm not looking for short-term gains of becoming wealthy in the next week. I'm looking for the long-term game of living a life of wealth and luxury. Do you sort of get it? So we understand the difference, if we were to take an economics approach, between micro and macro. So we got micro transactions, how I feel, how I behave within each action, and we have macro transactions. Okay, the sum total of the actions that I take. Do you sort of get it? So looking at the actions I've taken for the last 12 months, looking at the actions I've taken for the last decade, looking at the actions I've taken over my lifetime. And we start to understand that should I desire to be healthy, and it's coming up to Christmas time, and I feel like eating cake, I feel like eating sugar, I feel like eating unhealthy food. Like, it's not a negative thing. Like, if I'm dieting for health and I miss a day, I miss 2 days. Like, it's not the end of the world. If I'm looking at it on a micro level, every day counts, every meal counts. If I'm looking at it on a macro level, then if 10% of the time I take actions that go against or that are not, in alignment with my desired goal of health, like, it's not that big of a deal. Do you sort of get it? So like, when we talk about giving ourselves grace, when you look at your life in terms of lifetime rather than the short-term goal achievement, like, we're starting to understand that there has to be leeway for quality of life. So sometimes I might be around friends thinking health and diet, and we want to splurge out and get ice cream, we want to get cake, we want to, go get burgers, whatever it may be. Like, I don't want to diminish my quality of life to do that. But when we understand the macro, if I'm looking back at the last 12 months and identifying trends and patterns, and starting to see trends and patterns of negative behavior that's causing detrimental effect, then I'm easily able to change it. So if, for example, every time I went out to get ice cream, for the next 2 days I felt like shit. And I'm able to see that over a span of 12 months, that actually, I got ice cream 24 times and I was down 48 days. I felt like shit for 48 days. Well, now I can say out of 365 days, you know what I mean? That's roughly about 20%, or just over 20% of the time, do I want to feel like shit for 20% of my days? And if the answer is no, then it's easy to just say, no, I don't want to get ice cream anymore, because the negative effects cause detriment to me. So an easier example is drinking. Do you sort of get it? So I drink every weekend, and I'm looking back and I'm looking at money spent and identifying that for 12 weeks out of the year, I overspent $200 each time. So then I'm able to see, well, that's $2,400 roughly that I've overspent or wasted. Now I'm able to see out of the last 12 months in my earnings, if I earned $54,000 and I'm spending $2,400 on, you know, wasted activities of drinking, of alcohol, like, do you sort of get it? Now I'm able to look at my budget and I'm able to alter and adjust it. And it's not that I'm having to give up alcohol. It's that the cost, like the cost benefit analysis that I've been able to do with the data that I've received sort of makes sense to me that this behavior is actually subtracting from my quality of life rather than adding to it. So when we stop looking at the desired goal or states of being that we are trying to achieve, i.e. wealth, like I'm not like trying to become wealthy to have money. I'm trying to become wealthy to live a high quality life that has very high quality of life. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm not trying to live a life of love to find someone who loves me, to attract a partner. I'm trying to live a life of love so that I can live a high quality of life, or so that the quality of my life is higher than it was. Do you sort of get it? So like, we're understanding like motivation. If my motivation is quality of life, one, I also give myself the grace to enjoy life. But when I notice trends and patterns on a macro level, okay, that are negatively affecting my quality of life, then it's easy for me to let go to them. It's easy for me to sort of, like, for example, like 90% of the time I don't eat meat. Like, it's not hard to not eat meat. Like, I don't want fat. Like, I don't want to be fat. So if I don't want to be fat, well, the leading cause of fat is fat. If I eat animal fat, there's a 100% efficacy rate, 100% efficiency rate for my body to turn animal fat into fat. Do you sort of get it? Like, logically, it doesn't make sense to eat meat. Now, if I feel like eating meat, I'm free to go and eat meat. Do you sort of get it? Because I'm not creating this belief that 100% of my life I need to not eat meat. But if the majority of the time I don't eat meat, well, it actually means that it's more difficult for my body to put on fat. So naturally, I'm in better shape. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's just understanding data and then identifying trends and patterns. I.e., when I used to eat meat all the time, like, I was fat, I was chubby. Do you sort of get it? Like nothing else changed in my dietary. Do you sort of get it? Except for what I was consuming. So changing behavior alters outcomes. Do you sort of get it? But I didn't have to give up meat. I just realized that it wasn't something that was like conducive to my overall goal, i.e. not wanting to be fat. Like, it's pretty simple. So like, think about it like this. There are negative behavioral patterns and trends that we all do that, like, we're convincing ourselves why giving them up would lower our quality of life. And it's like, I'm arguing with myself so that I can diminish the quality of my experience of life. Like, for many years I argued about animal fat and about eating meat, saying that you couldn't be healthy without eating meat. Like, do you sort of get it? So realize this, like, when we're doing these macro views, we're looking at demolishing the false arguments that we create for ourselves and within ourselves, and that'll get you where you want to be.